right, everybody, welcome into the Pillow Talk edition. We call it the Pillow Talk edition because it's the second of two streams that we do every day here on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. First one, high noon. That's noon. That's topics. Comes on at noon every day. It's current events, topics, rip and read, move on to the next thing. And then this one, the second one, we call this Pillow Talk because it's myself and James Parker every Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. There's James. Bring him in. Hey, look at him. Something. I gotta fix the camera. I'm not getting like Full Metal me. There we go. How are you, James?
I am well. The good thing about being underemployed is you have a lot of time to spend with your children. So like we went down in the pool and swam for a couple hours today, and then we went and got some food, and it was great, man. I just silver lining.
Summer rules. Everything's different. Nothing
Isn't that where you're at right now too?
That's where I'm at right now.
Because I'm not unemployed. I have like 4 part-time jobs that I've cobbled together that I can pay bills with, but I have a lot of free time.
For
the first time in a long time.
And it's summertime. I was in a rut. I realized this a couple of weeks ago. Basically, when the kids are in school, and you have the same thing, when the kids are in school, we fall into a rut. We have patterns. We have things we do every day. They're benchmarks that must be achieved, and you do them, and you get in a rut. And then all of a sudden, the kids, they don't go to school every day, and suddenly your life is like completely different. Now you got to wake up and drive people places, right? Now you've got to, you're busier than you've ever been, and yet you still have free time.
No, I'm just having a really good summer. I don't want to be a dork about it because I know there's some people out there whose summers absolutely suck and they just got diagnosed with cancer or whatever, and they got to hear about me having a great time at the pool with my 4 kiddos. But I'm in the great time. Look, I have recognized, to try and not be such an a-hole all the time, that whenever like I'm on my deathbed or when I'm 79 years old or when I'm like that old lady in Titanic that just like drops the jewel over the side of the boat, like when I'm old as hell and I wish I could go back and think about the good old times, I will be thinking about these years right here. This is the good old times for me. I'm still married. She hadn't left me yet, just if that happens, or she hadn't got hit by a bus yet, or I haven't watched her die slowly of cancer that came back and was in remission and came back and was in remission. And so it's like 10 years
God
of hell.
forbid that one. God, that one's looming out there for all of us. God forbid. I'm putting money on she leaves you at some point.
Yeah, maybe she might just get hit by a bus or a meteor or something.
No, I hope not.
Hang on a second.
Hiccups. Go ahead. I got hiccups. He's taking a phone call. So, Byron, I apologize. You're using every day a little loosely when talking about the high noon show. This is what I'm explaining, man. Summer hours. All of a sudden, I got stuff going on at noon.
Oh man! Here, let's do the monologue real quick.
What happened?
Because we have a couple friends coming over, and I gotta play host. Yeah.
All right, please welcome to the Cover Nest stage, high atop the 1%er compound in beautiful downtown Highland Park, Texas, with his nightly cavalcade of comedy. It's James Harrison Parker.
Harrison. I don't know why it's Harrison, but I like that. Is that timely?
Just randomly pick the name.
All right, fine. Anyway, hey, so the State Department is now warning Americans against traveling to Belarus. So I got to cancel my vacation to Six Flags over Minsk.
Yeah, 6 Flags over Minsk.
Yeah, I heard a good Minsk joke all week. In Sudan, a court has ordered a 20-year-old woman to be stoned for committing adultery. But our cultures are so different, Pugs. In this country, people get stoned before they commit adultery. That sucked. First Lady Jill Biden is on. What?
Time out. I owe you an apology on that one. I was going to do something a little bit trickier with it, and my finger flinched, and I accidentally fired off this. I didn't even get we want to hear a punch. We want to hear the punchline. Yeah, come on, James. Do the punchline one more time on that last one. Crowd wants it.
In Sudan, a court has ordered a 20-year-old woman to be stoned for committing adultery, and our cultures are so different, Pugs. In this country, people get stoned before they commit adultery.
Oh, so not worth it. That was so
Yeah,
bad.
why'd you make me redo that one? That was a bad one. All
Never
right.
30 seconds back.
First Lady Jill Biden is under fire for comparing Hispanics to tacos. And I'm bad at keeping up with the rules, but I think that's only offensive to Hispanics who are female. Because it's tacos.
Okay. All right. Well, sexual double entendre never falls on deaf ears here in the Comfort Nest Lounge.
No, and look, if you're offended by that, shame on you. According to Globe magazine, Monaco's rocky royal marriage is teetering on the brink. Prince Albert couldn't be reached for comment. A spokesperson said he was in the can.
Oh, there's saw that coming. A sentence away, I saw that one coming.
Sometimes I hit back. NASA has released the first full-color images from the James Webb Space Telescope, no relation, including breathtaking photos of Uranus.
Oh.
According to a new study, you probably have a few psychopaths among your Facebook friends. There's probably a psychopath watching right now. You should unfriend these people, although there is a risk they will retaliate by killing you.
It is true. I have more of a PSA than anything else.
It was helpful. It was what it was.
Keep your sociopaths close.
So Pete Davidson, did you hear about this, Pugs? Pete Davidson is now going to appear on the upcoming season of the Kardashians. And you know what? Still not watching.
Yeah.
Still not.
I don't get him. I don't get him.
Luckiest dude ever.
I think he sold to the devil. I really do. I think he did one of those a year at the top. I'm going to sell my soul. You give me a year of head shaking fame, and then I'll be gone forever. That's what we're waiting on. Go ahead.
Happy birthday to Harrison Ford. He's now shooting his 5th Indiana Jones movie, where Indy's pitted against kids playing on his lawn.
I like that one.
Some of them are good. And finally, Pugs, happy birthday to Cheech Marin, who is 76 years old. If you want to send him a gift, I hear he likes weed. Bye, Pugs.
You got to go? What? That was it? He didn't even tell me he was leaving. What? All right, so there we go. All right. This is all. I was really kind of just prepared to talk to him. That was weird. Okay. Oh well. All right, I don't know what the hell to do. I had something. I got to save this for him. Well, it's Harrison Ford's birthday. We could do a Harrison Ford draft. I didn't get to do that on today's noon show. We could do that, I suppose. That was so weird. That was like, you know what? No, I get it. I get that. Was that like a weird boyfriend thing? Like you just gotta go. I know we do this every night for an hour, but here's my I thought he meant let's get the monologue going because I got to do this. You know what? That demands some kind of an explanation. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. If he answers, I demand an explanation on why he just jumped. I know, Kenny. Wow, that was strange.
Hey, what's up?
So why are me and all the people in the chat room going, man, that was strange? Whoa, what's going on? You just jumped off?
No, because my wife went out with some friends for drinks, and now they're all coming back over to my place, and so I kind of have to play host.
Oh, okay, you gotta hide all the porn that you've got strewn throughout the living room and stuff like that. A little heads up, a little goodbye to the loyal chatters would have been nice. It's not for me. I'm upset for them.
Dude, I wish. Dude, sometimes, how many times have I done this to you? Have I ever done this?
You've never done. That's why it's so weird. That's why we're all shaking our heads like, what the?
Yeah, it's so weird for me to have friends coming over.
All right. Well, it's not that it's weird. It's weird for you to bail out like that. I mean, it's not. Well, I guess you do it every day. All right. Well, you handle your friends. Not a big deal. Appreciate you. There he goes. All right. I'm still gonna chart that as being really weird. Yeah. All right. No, we can't. I wanted to get into this whole thing. Yeah, really. Where's right, Terry? Very good. Where's Rebecca? I have no. Don't you get on me, Kenny, about no noon shows. I let you people know ahead of time, weeks ago, that this coming week, especially the one preceding my birthday, was going to be a difficult week because of changes to the schedules around here. All right. I do apologize. Okay, so hold on. Let me just make a couple of quick changes here because we do have stuff we can do. I just didn't okay, I wanted to do that. I'm gonna save that. That's very James dependent. I had a very James dependent show scheduled for today. I do agree. All right, you know what? Why not? We'll just do this because I like to do it, and I certainly would have spent a bit of time today during the noon show on this. He brought it up. He said it was Harrison Ford's birthday. It is Harrison Ford's birthday, so why not? We'll do a quick Harrison Ford draft, and then we'll see what else is happening. We'll try and fill out this hour for you with a little on the fly. All right, so if you're at all familiar with the noon show, you know that we like to take celebrities and we do drafts. What we do is they're movies. You know, somebody dies, then we decide what are the top 5 movies, what are the first 5 rounds of the draft, what are the top 5 movies that they made that we like the best. Now, first of all, Harrison Ford, I have to tell you, he's 80 years old. Harrison Ford and Cheech Marin are celebrating birthdays on the same day. Would you have bet that Harrison Ford was older than Cheech Marin? I wouldn't. I figured Cheech was older. I don't know. Harrison Ford is 80 years old today. Harrison Ford is like, I mean, all right, let me put it to you this way. Granted, there are a few actors out there who have really cool acting resumes. Like they can say, who's the guy who plays with the bald head? He plays Dr. X in the X-Men movies, and he plays who else does he play? Captain Kirk, right? Yeah, it was Kirk. All right. No, was he Kirk or was he Picard? Whatever. He 2 really cool roles. And then who's the other guy? His buddy, who's like in the Harry Potter movies. He plays Gandalf. And then I think he plays somebody. There's a lot of people who play like multiple cool roles. But Harrison Ford is Han Solo and Indiana Jones and the Blade Runner, Rick Decker. I think that's his name. Jack Ryan. He's my favorite, Jack Ryan. I love the Jack Ryan movies. You know, the Tom Clancy movies that are made, Clear and Present Danger, Patriot Games, all those kinds of things. There have been a number of Jack Ryans over the years. Most recently, Jim from The Office, John Krasinski on the Jack Ryan TV series. But Harrison Ford, he was the second Jack Ryan. My favorite. He was the Jack Ryan. The original Jack Ryan is Alec Baldwin from Hunt for Red October. That was the original Jack Ryan role in a Tom Clancy movie. And then it was such a big hit, they decided to make more, and they went with Harrison Ford. So Harrison Ford got cast in place of Alec Baldwin for the second and the third, and maybe the fourth. I don't know. You know what? You know the one, Air Force One? I always think of that as a Jack Ryan movie because that's basically the same thing. But he was the second. Alec Baldwin. Let me see if I know him. Let me see if I can give him to you off the top of my head. There's Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck, one of the Chris's, maybe Chris Evans, maybe Chris Pine. I don't know, one of those guys. And John Krasinski. All right. So he's not only, he's Han Solo, he's Indiana Jones, he's Jack Ryan, he's, is it Rick Decker from the Blade Runner movies? He's so look, it's not going to be easy pulling up a Harrison Ford because there's so, you know what? We're going to invite a lot of undrafted free agents. And by the way, the most difficult part of this whole thing, what do I do with the first pick? What the hell am I supposed to do with the first pick in the Harrison Ford draft? Indiana Jones is Indiana Jones better than Han Solo? I don't know. Is Jack who takes so who takes third? Like is it the dude from Blade Runner, Rick Decker? I think that's it. Is it Rick Decker? I want to believe that it is. Let me see. It's Rick Deckard. That's what it is. All right. All right. With the first pick in the Harrison Ford draft here on his 80th birthday, this completely thrown together edition of Pillow Talk, not with Parker, just with me. First pick takes. Oh man. And then like, how do I do it with all the 1977 Star Wars: A New Hope, Han Solo. There you go. That's going to be the number one pick. And I don't care about. And that's it. Star Wars is off the board. That's how we're doing this because you can't do a 5-round draft where they're all Star Wars and Indiana Jones movies. You can't do that with the second pick in the Harrison Ford movie draft. Man. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom from 1984. All right. Han Solo 1, Indiana Jones 2. That's the order. You can argue it the other way. It doesn't matter to me. Third pick, Rick Deckard, the Blade Runner. The Blade Runner comes in at third in the Harrison Ford draft. With the fourth pick in the Harrison Ford draft, Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan from all those Clancy novels, Clear and Present Danger, Patriot Games. That's probably it. All right, now the fifth pick. Oh, man. What am I going to do with the fifth pick? Who's going in the fifth round of the Harrison Ford draft? We got Han Solo off the board. We got Indiana Jones off the board. We got Rick Deckard from Blade Runner off the board. We got Jack Ryan off the board. It's got to be, right? It's got to be Dr. Richard Kimball. Dr. Richard Kimball from The Fugitive goes off the board in the fifth round of the Harrison. Oh, this is a shocker. He could have very easily gone with any of the other movies. All right, now, so here's what we got to look at. Now we got to look at everything else that he has done. These are all of the undrafted free agents that are going to get invited to camp in the Harrison Ford draft, okay? So off the board, we've got Han Solo in A New Hope. We've got Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. We've got Rick Deckard in the original Blade Runner. We've got Jack Ryan in whatever came first, Patriot Games. So those are off the board. And then we've got Dr. Richard Kimball in the fifth position with the Fugitive. Okay, so now let's see. What else do we got to deal with here? We got to deal with, he was in Apocalypse Now. Don't remember him, can't consider it. He was in American Graffiti. I remember in American Graffiti, but he's got so many more, so many bigger ones. He was in E.T. Do you know this? Harrison Ford was in E.T. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. He played Elliot's principal. And they ended up deleting the scene. Well, what's that about? Witness. Witness could get a camp. And yes, Witness is here we go. Invited to camp is Witness. Remember that one? Where he played a detective and like a little Amish kid witnessed a murder. Didn't see it. Understand it's a great film. Witness gets invited. Frantic. I did see Frantic. Frantic was good. Frantic gets an invite. Working Girl. I'm going to, you know what? I know that it was Sigourney Weaver and Melanie Griffith's movie, but it doesn't work without Harrison Ford. Working Girl gets a camp invite. Let's see here. Another Indiana Jones. That's off the board, though. Presumed Innocent gets an invite. Regarding Henry. Remember Regarding Henry? Wasn't Regarding Henry the Harrison Ford movie where he got shot in the head and it was like 2 hours of Harrison Ford just talking really slowly? Still, camp invite for Regarding Henry. That was good. Fugitive is off the board. Clear and Present Danger is off the board. Patriot Games is off the board. Sabrina? Huh? I didn't see it. Not invited. Air Force One. Air Force One absolutely gets a camp invite. Undrafted free agent, Air Force One in the Harrison Ford draft gets a camp invite. What Lies Beneath? That was good. Wasn't that about somebody drowning in a lake? What Lies Beneath? Big hit. I think I liked it. Gets a camp invite. All right, what else do we got here? Oh, this is where it all kind of fell apart for him. It all started to fall apart for Harrison Ford as being like a major Hollywood box office star. It appears after What Lies Beneath. We could probably move it to 6 Days and 7 Nights, which was his follow-up film to Air Force One, which absolutely was a bomb. But I think that was just the curse of who was the woman? Who was Anne Heche? That's it, Anne Heche. Thank you. Crossing over. Yeah, he went on a bad run. With the exception of What Lies Beneath, after Air Force One. He did 6 Days and 7 Nights, bomb. Random Hearts, bomb. What Lies Beneath, hit. K-19 Widowmaker, never even heard of it. Hollywood Homicide, never even heard of it. Firewall, never heard of it. Then in 2008, he cranked up the Indiana Jones machine again and had Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I never saw, but probably was a big hit. Crossing Over, Extraordinary Measures, Cowboys and Aliens. Cowboys and Aliens is getting an invite. I liked Cowboys and Aliens. That was the cowboy movie set in the West, but the premise was that aliens were attacking the cowboy town. It was good. What'd you want? I don't know. It was good. He was in The Expendables and then a whole bunch of Star Wars movies. All right, there you go. That's it. That's all for the Harrison Ford draft. Happy birthday to Harrison Ford. That's all I got for you on that. Hey, I'm doing this show on the fly. I expected Parker to be here. Damn, I can't blame him. Should have had backup stuff. April says, what lies beneath where he played a villain? Yeah, he was the murderer, right? Didn't he murder his wife? Brady Moore says Sabrina was a great remake. Yeah. Excuse me. Let's see here. Jeff Ballard. If you're going with worst, then what's the one he did with Topher Grayson? Topher Grayson. Yeah, you know what? That's an interesting one. Excuse me. I'm starting to get the air conditioning sneezes when that happens. So what is the worst movie that he did? I mean, early on, I think you can go like pre-1973 before American Graffiti. He probably did some bad movies. I'm trying to say I don't see any bad ones. I don't see any. Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Blade Runner, Return of the Jedi, Witness, Mosquito Coast, Frantic, Working Girl, Presumed Innocent regarding Henry, Patriot Games, The Fugitive, Jimmy Hollywood. That was pretty bad, right? Okay, except he plays himself, and it's an uncredited cameo, so, he may have just been, like, doing a walk-on. Devil's Own. Ooh, that was with Brad Pitt. Devil's Own was good. Yeah. Devil's Own gets a camp invite. Let's see here. Air Force One. I love that. Random. What lies? K9 Widow. I don't know any of these. Crossing Over. I don't know. Paranoia. What movie did he do with... I don't know. He was a carpenter and a pot dealer before American Graffiti, wasn't he? I don't know about the pot dealer, but yeah, he was a well-known carpenter. He did like work on people's decks and their outdoor stuff, and he built sheds. That's how he got hooked up with George Lucas. Apparently, he like built something. Harrison Ford built like a deck extension or something at George Lucas's place, and there you go. And he became him. Let's see. What else do we have here? Is there anything else we can talk about on the fly? Why not? Let's see here. Hey, how about that inflation? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't want to get into the thing I wanted to get into with James, because I want to get into it with James, and we'll do that tomorrow. And I can't now. Okay. So what's going on with Elon Musk? I keep reading this stuff today. I mean, I know he's backed out of the deal with Twitter, but Twitter is countersuing him, and it seems that at least some of the experts that I've read are saying that Twitter, the judge might force Elon Musk to go through with the deal. He pledged to make a deal. Here's the argument that I keep hearing from people is that Twitter wasn't for sale. They didn't want to be for sale. They were just kind of trucking along. And then Elon Musk said, I want to buy Twitter. And they said, but we're not for sale. And he said, oh, yeah, well, wait till I excite all of your primary stockholders with the deal I want to put together. And so then he does that. And he puts together this crazy deal for Twitter that no sane person would pay for it. And the board at Twitter go, okay, I guess we are for sale. I mean, we are a publicly traded company. We have to protect our stock owners. And if this is a deal that is too good for them to pass down, then yeah, okay, we'll sell to you, Elon. And he's like, okay, good. And then it was a couple of days of the news cycle being Elon Musk is buying Twitter. And everybody was like, oh, Elon's going to change Twitter. Oh, Elon's going to do this. And then almost immediately there started to be cracks. There started to be talk about where the funding was coming for this. Now, Elon Musk is the wealthiest man on the planet, and he could probably very easily just write a check for Twitter. He's worth 200 and something million, and he's only pledged to pay them 46 or 44. I'm not sure. It's one of those two. So he could have done it by he's a little cash strapped, I guess. Even when you're worth $200 billion, you can be a little cash strapped. So he couldn't come up with the full 44 million cash. So he had to go to a bank, and the bank said, okay, you're the wealthiest guy in the world. You have holdings, all this kind of stuff. Tesla is worth X. We're going to give you the financing for the rest of this crazy. We know it's crazy, but you're the richest guy. So we're going to make an exception. We're going to give you the funding for this crazy Twitter deal that they'd be crazy not to accept, and they have. All right. So there started to be some cracking there. In the days that followed this, the stock market began to fall apart, and Tesla lost, I don't know, billions of dollars of their worth and all that. So the bank that was going to give him the money started to go, oh, we need a little different play. And it was right around that point that Elon Musk started saying stuff like, Twitter is run by bots. I need to see all their internal information, making all of these crazy demands. So that played out in front of our very eyes for the better part of 2 months. And now the experts are saying, he was making crazy demands because he wised up. It became an ego thing for him early on when people said, Elon Musk will never buy Twitter. And he was basically like, I'm Elon Musk. I can do whatever I want. And he basically let his ego write a check that clearer minds that came down the pike a couple of days later. The clearer minds were like, are you freaking nuts? You can't do that. So at that point, he kind of calmed down off of his ego, and he started coming up with things. I'm not going to go through with this deal if they don't do this, if they don't do that, if they don't do this. Until eventually, I believe it was on Friday of last week, or maybe it's even earlier than that, he pulls out. He says, all right, deal is done. We're done. And Twitter, the board is like, whoa. I was already in the process of buying a new yacht based on the ridiculous amount of money I was making after Twitter plans since you came in here and decided to force our hand into paying you to sell the company. These people, they made decisions. Twitter, the stock was affected by this. It went up, it went down. So people are basically saying now that this case that Twitter has against Elon Musk that is going to go to the courts, this could be really bad for Elon Musk. The courts could go, so you just went public and said you wanted to buy it. Then you created this court of public opinion where you were going to buy it. They didn't want to sell it. You came up with an offer that forced them to sell it. And then you said, never mind, I don't want to buy it, even though so they're afraid a judge is going to go, you're a dick. You're a dick. What you did may have been illegal. You may have just, taken the Twitter stock on a roller coaster, of which you own quite a bit of. You could have just taken the Twitter stock on a roller coaster ride based on you making a couple of crazy, I'm going to buy Twitter tweets. So, and then here we are now. So he doesn't want it for whatever reason. I don't even know what the latest reason is that he doesn't want it, but here we go. Oh, and here's the other thing. Now you got, okay, so you got Trump and you got Elon Musk. They're in a war now. You got to choose. I'm not really in the business of choosing anything on that side, but apparently now Trump and they're calling each other names. Where is it here? I can find this story. This is actually a funny one. Well, here's the problem. I think the fear in Trump world is that Elon might be getting a little bit too close to DeSantis. Now, DeSantis is thought to be the only real threat to a Republican Party nomination for the, next presidential run. So, basically right now, you got Trump and you got DeSantis, both of them down there in Florida. They're circling each other like a couple of half drunks in a prison cell at 3:00 in the morning on a Saturday. They're sizing each other up. They don't know who's going to make the first move, who's going to run. If DeSantis going to run, if he runs, is he going to go up against Trump? Will the threat of DeSantis running make Trump pull back, fearing that, might be a younger man's game? Who knows? At any rate, Elon Musk and DeSantis, they've kind of been getting friendly with each other. There's a lot of that stuff going on. And I think maybe Trump now is worried that, Elon Musk could be bad for him. So now Trump is fighting off. Trump fires back at Elon Musk. He says, let's see here. I love it when rich guys yell at each other. Trump fires back at Elon Musk, says he'd be worthless without government subsidies, bashes Tesla cars. And his cars suck. Former President Donald Trump ripped Elon Musk on Tuesday, citing the billions of dollars his companies have received in government money. The Tesla Motors CEO tweeted on Monday night that Trump should step out of the spotlight. Musk tweeting, "It's time for Trump to hang up his hat." Well, he didn't like that. Trump, I'm sure. Trump called Musk another bullshit artist during a rally on Saturday, claiming that Musk had told him he voted for him, despite the fact Musk later said he'd never voted for a Republican. Posting on his social media platform, Truth Social, Trump said Musk sought his help on many subsidized projects. He also claimed that if he had asked Musk to beg from his knees, he would have obliged. These guys are crazy. This is a bunch of douchebags. All right, let's see here. Byron wants a Trump DeSantis ticket, then 2 terms after for Ron. Not going to happen. Mark Cuban kind of called this with Musk public cuck. I don't know. Said he would say he would buy and stocks would go. Yeah, actually, fast outdoor food. You're right. Mark Cuban called this months ago. Mark Cuban was one of the first people to go, he ain't buying Twitter. This is his ego. His ego's going, he ain't really buying Twitter. So there you go. So that's a good one. It's a good one for Mark Cuban, I guess. All right, let's see what else. What else do we have here? I'm just scrolling through headlines at this point. See what else. Secret Service employees have been sent home from Israel following a physical encounter. You know, it would just be growing up in the footage of the Kennedy assassination. And maybe that Clint Eastwood movie with John Malkovich had something to do with it. Remember that movie? Remember the movie where Clint Eastwood played a Secret Service agent? And then there was like the West Wing, basically what I'm trying to say. Oh, and then in Plano, I lived next door to a guy that was a Secret Service agent. He worked for the Secret Service. He was on Bush's detail when Bush was president. I always had this kind of idea that Secret Service agents were unimpeachable. They were like the cream of the crop. They were as they had as much integrity. They had a code. They had, they were just good, honest people who you could. That's turning out not to be true. Every time we turn around lately, we're hearing stories about the Secret Service sounding more like a frat house than any kind of, Sorry, I got the dog going a little crazy in the next room. The cocaine and whores and parties, and I guess you got to do something when you're in a fancy hotel and you're off. You don't work 24 hours, are you? I don't know. Do you have days off? Like if you follow the president, if you're in the president's detail, you're not 24, right? There's got to be a rotation there, right? Maybe. I don't know. What do I know? Secret Service employee sent home from Israel after a physical encounter. Bar fight? Maybe a bar fight? Sounds like maybe. The president in Israel? Is that what's happening? A U.S. Secret Service employee who worked on President Biden's trip to Israel was briefly detained after a physical encounter there and has been sent back to the United States. The incident occurred late Monday evening ahead of Biden's arrival in Israel on Wednesday. The employee was detained and questioned by Israeli police, who released him without charges. In accordance with agency protocol, his access to Secret Service systems and facilities was suspended pending further investigation. The incident occurred after the agent and other personnel went to dinner and were returning to their hotel, according to a person familiar with the matter. A woman alleged she was physically assaulted in an incident on the street and local police were called, the person said. The incident didn't involve any allegation of sexual assault, and it is not known if alcohol was involved during. So what does this mean? What did a Secret Service agent play grab ass, or did a Secret Service agent step into somebody who was playing grab ass on the street? During Biden's May trip to South Korea, 2 Secret Service employees were sent back to the U.S. and placed on administrative leave after they were allegedly involved in an off-duty incident. I remember that one. That one had to do with party boys. South Korean police told NBC News at the time that a member of Biden's security unit engaged in violence against a local man near the Grand Hyatt Seoul where the incident was set. All right. So it looks like they do get days off. So you go on like a Far East trip with the president of the United States and you're his, what do you work? I'm his noon to 7 p.m. guy. I guess he has more than that, but. All right. So there was an incident on the street in Israel. I don't know what you're going to do about that. Let's see, anything else? Texas grid takes emergency actions to avoid blackouts amid heat wave. Man, I got to tell you guys, aside from the couple of things that I have to do that are inconveniently scheduled, that's why we're not doing high noon shows. There's a good chance that we won't do a high noon show tomorrow. Oh God, I know. I said I'd be back on Thursday, but I don't know. What time is it? I'm supposed to find out tonight whether or not I'm going to be involved in something that is occurring at 1 p.m. tomorrow, which would mean can't do the high noon show again tomorrow. But we'll see. Well, just trust me. Get us out of the summertime, and we'll get back to a normal schedule. I promise. So here, Texas Grid takes emergency actions to avoid blackouts amid heat wave. Oh, God, it has been so awful. When I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, little obligations that I have. I'm just in my darkened bedroom with the lights off, watching TV, sucking up air conditioning. This is insane. This weather is nuts. I have no idea. I can't go outside. You go outside and it's like a hot air. It's like a blow dryer just blowing on you. I've not been in my car. I injured myself in my car over the weekend. I accidentally brushed up against the, what do they call that? The gear shifter thing with my exposed kneecap. I burned the tip of my kneecap. Car got so hot. This is insane. And I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for the power to go out. I've got a little go bag of everything that I'm going to need. It's right by the door, and I'm going to go and I'm going to get in my car in the driveway, and I'm going to take the air conditioning that my car produces. I will hotspot if I have to. I will have television. I will just not leave my car because this is insane. This is crazy. And I'm telling you, do you people have this situation going on right now, especially if you're in Texas in the middle of this heat wave? Every time your air conditioning shuts off, it cycles on and cycles off and cycles on and cycles off. Have you caught yourself when it was off going, oh, is it supposed to be off that long? Shouldn't it have kicked in by now? Oh no, is my air conditioning shut now? Is it going to be 100 degrees inside here at midnight now? I'm telling you, the anxiety is just, let's see what the temperature is right now. Let's check it out. All right, it's 99 degrees. It's 99 degrees in Highland Park as of 9:37 p.m. Whew, it's another hot one. Let's see here. Jeff Glenn says, my kid is here the month of July. When you don't do shows, I am forced to spend time with him. I do apologize. I like doing the shows. You guys know that. And it's just, the shows are something that are going to continue. We're just in some weird, summer kind of hours. Well, let us, I know for a fact that here's what might happen as far as the high noon show goes. If these kinds of we either end up doing them later in the afternoon or earlier in the day. But yeah, we're not gonna, it's not gonna be weeks where we don't do shows regularly. It's just this particular week. Trying to figure out. This is the first week. We're trying to figure out who does what. You know what I mean? So okay, that's it. I think we're gonna end the show here. I think we're gonna close it off. James bailed on me. I don't really know how I'm going to spread the next 20 minutes. I mean, I can test me. I totally can. Yeah, I think we're going to be done here. Let's see. Nope. Oh, is my kid listening to stuff? Oh, boy. Gonna have to take this away. There we go. He's mad right now. Somewhere in America, there's a 13-year-old boy who is just listening to some David Bowie, who is now being forced to listen to Never Ending Quest by John Hinckley. Oh, everybody's got their challenges. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We will be back tomorrow with the Pugs and Parker. Those shows, as long as he sticks around. Kelly was supposed to be on tonight, too, but she got sick. As Ed can attest, she sent me a text. Nice text, giving us a heads up. That's it. That's it. All right. Good night, Brady. Love you, buddy. Good night, Kenny. Good night, Byron. Good night, Jeff. Good night, Ed. Good night. I'm trying to scroll through the chat rooms. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Sorry, James ruined everything. He didn't. He's fine. All right, bye, everybody. I got to get out of here. I'm not sure about tomorrow's show. I should know. I'll post on Facebook. The best is yet to come. I have found a different way, so baffling to some. I have got an old guitar, that is all I need. I don't need no 401, I don't have the greed. Down the road I'll travel, far from the comfort nest. I am on a never-ending quest. Tomorrow is another day, the best is yet to come. I have found a different way, so baffling to some. I can smile a little now, things are going good. I always had to be on guard, that is understood. Down the road